So basically, in season 2 of Andor, what was Andor's goal? For those that didn't watch it, in the first season, he's trying to find his sister. That whole plot has completely disappeared. There is no mention of his sister. I'm like, wow, what a great sibling. I wish I had a brother like that. Cough, cough, not. He's completely given up on his entire purpose of the show, which was to find his sister. It's just completely gone. Don't even mention it anymore. And now, okay, so in season 1, Bix, the chick that was sexually assaulted in the 3rd episode, in the first season, she was like, her and Andor were just friends, and she was banging some fat guy. And now, out of nowhere, her and Andor are in love, and there was absolutely no build up to this relationship. Just all of a sudden, they're together and they're in love. I'm like, that's kind of something that you would, I don't, maybe there's still episodes coming up, so maybe they'll explain it, but out of nowhere, that's just a thing. They're just in love, they're together, and in these more recent episodes 4 through 6, now all of a sudden she's a drug addict, and she's taking drugs so that way she can sleep through the night and not have these hallucinations, because there was this Imperial dude that interrogated her in season 1. He did kind of like a Clockwork Orange thing where like they put this thing over her head and they made her see stuff, and I guess he sexually assaulted her, which in episode 3, when you see her, like there's a scene like she's sleeping in bed and like the guy creeps up and like starts pulling away the blanket, she freaks out. And so yeah. But everyone's like, oh, but it's realistic, so you should like it. I'm like, just because it's realistic doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's realistic doesn't mean it's a good story being told. There's plenty of realistic things that happen in our world that's in movies that's not done well. In my opinion, I don't think it's done well. In my opinion. You don't have to like my opinion. You don't have to listen to my opinion. It's my freaking opinion. But people lose their minds on the internet because I don't know why. I could literally tweet LOL and the entire internet breaks down and calls me a racist and comes and attacks me on every single platform for years. But me, saying like, hey, as a woman, I don't think this is done well. That I'm enemy number 1. But so there's that. And in this episode, or in this thing, it's her again. They're in a relationship, no build up. All of a sudden, they're just in a relationship. Which honestly, they should have just started that off in the first season. But whatever. They're in a relationship now. No explanation as to why. No explanation as to how that happened. All of a sudden, they're just in a relationship. Which that would have been an interesting scene. That would have been great character development to show how they're both. They both weren't in the rebellion. Now they're both basically in this rebellion, and they are, they find that commonality, and they, find all of a sudden something changes, and they go from just being friends to being in love with each other. That would have been interesting to see. As a woman, I would have liked seeing that. It's like kind of like we went from episode 1 where Anakin's this kid and's got a crush on Padme, and then it's like cutting from episode 1 to episode 3 where Anakin and Padme are married. It's like, how did that happen? Right? Like, how did this happen? I don't know. They all make a big thing about how character development. Don't you love the character development in the show? Where? Things just happen, and there's no explanation as to why half the time. Right? So it's like, it's dumb. And then in my opinion, the only interesting character in the show is Stellan Skarsgård, Luthen. And his thing is like, he's like the secrets. Like he's the undercover guy. He's, the one that sells basically antique and like rare objects kind of guy on Coruscant. He's like with the aristocrats, and he's got this great wig where his hair is all long and like flowy, and like he's like all debonair, but he's actually this like super spy mastermind. He is interesting, and his assistant, like they should have just done an entire show of him and his assistant. Those two, great. Yeah, I actually have positive things to say. The set and the costumes designs on Coruscant and with Mon Mothma, absolutely great. Everything that Mon Mothma is gorgeous. She's never looked better. I personally don't like the haircut. I have trauma because when I was a kid, my mom gave me basically Spock's hair. Like she just like hacked all my hair off. So I'm like very traumatized by having like women with short hair because I had to go through that. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Mon Mothma's hair in the originals. And then obviously it's the same actress that played her in the prequels. So I like that her hair is a little bit longer. But yeah, Mon Mothma, absolutely beautiful. beautiful. The costumes are beautiful. The sets are beautiful. Everything is pristine and clean and just, it looks great. But everything else, for whatever reason, is all clean except for Bix's hair. Homegirl needs a hairbrush. Like, I get it. When you are out in, the fields right here that you see, when you're out in the fields or you're like working as a mechanic, yeah, you can look all raggedy. But I mean, she's in Coruscant. Like, I feel like there should have been that like character change where it's like her hair is actually brushed. In one scene, she kind of had her hair like in a different style. There was still like all these little fly hairs, but I'm like, homegirl, brush your motherfucking hair. Brush your goddamn hair. It looks awful. And maybe they're trying to do it like, oh, her hair's all crazy and haggard because she's going through stuff emotionally. It's like, and that's like a physical way of showing that she's crazy or she's going through shit. So I'm like, if that's the case, by the end of this, her hair better be fucking brushed and in some either down and like luxurious and beautiful, because I've seen this actress outside of Star Wars. She's got beautiful hair and she's had her hair done gorgeously in real life. So I know it's possible for this woman to have pretty hair. But oh my God, I'm just looking at it. Like, even this poster, I'm like, just brush your hair. Please brush your hair. Andor has the time to brush his hair. Luthen, everyone else in the freaking show has their hair brushed. And I guarantee you, I don't think any dude out there is being like, you just don't like this show because there's no lightsabers and explosions. I bet you none of them really notice how fucking crazy her hair is and that she needs a fucking hairbrush. Like, oh my God, it drives me fucking crazy. And again, if they're trying to do this as like a character development thing, by the end of the show, she better either have a freaking afro or her hair better be damn brushed. Just run a comb through it. My God. And it's not like she's wearing a wig. Maybe she's got extensions or something, but she basically has the same hair. And you can tell when they're wearing a wig because their hairline changes, because they do like a lace front wig. So you see, here's my hairline. If you guys look at my cosplays where I'm wearing wigs, my hairline is different. That's how you can tell if somebody's wearing a wig or not. Like, homeboy's wearing a wig. She's not wearing a wig. Her hairline's exactly the same. Anyways, that's my point out as a girl, as a woman. But, okay. So, Mon Mothma, her daughter gets married. Her daughter was set up in this arranged marriage. She basically has to kill her childhood friend who was like her former lover, and her husband, who I guess there's no love between them. I guess they had an arranged marriage too. But, they have no real fondness for each other. There's just no love there. Like, she can't even trust her husband to tell him like what she's doing, that she's basically helping lead the rebellion. But her dude that's been helping her out, she's known since she was a child, was basically compromised in some way. So he gets in a shuttle, or excuse me, Star Trek. I just did a Star Trek show. He gets in the speeder and flies off into the distance, and it's implied that they kill him because Luthen's like, he's a loose thread, and we need to snip that away. So she's got that. Then in these next 3 episodes, it's like they go to a party. They do go to some kind of gala, and there's like a listening device in this one room, and so Luthen and his assistant has to get that listening device. So that's what's going on there. Cyril, the man, that emasculated man, I think it's the best way to describe him. He's dating Deidre, the Imperial blondie, the Imperial chick, and he's undercover, and he's basically working for her secretly, but he's on this other planet so that way he can infiltrate the rebels there, because the Imperials want to take over this planet because there's all of these they need the minerals that are under the ground. So they basically need to destroy the entire economy and reputation of this planet. And they need the rebels to basically overthrow the government and form a rebellion. So that way that can give the Empire an excuse to come and take over the planet. So he's there to infiltrate that rebellion. So that way the Empire can find out everything and like basically ironically, support that rebellion to take over this planet. Now, this could be interesting. It has every potential to be interesting. It is so fucking boring. I will say, though, I think the actor that plays him is doing a great job. He is doing the best with what he has to work with. There's interesting aspects to it. And like I said in my tweet, I think the show is in desperate need of a good editor to get all of this tight into a cohesive story, because a lot of it drags. There's no intensity. I think what's a real detriment to this show is the writing, the editing, and the music. There's like a scene where he has to basically, lie and manipulate his way into the office so that way he can contact her because he knows that all of his phones are tapped and everything, and so he has to. It's basically top secret him contacting her, so he has to go to like a specific console in his office building so that way he can contact her, and it can't be for like too long of a time and all of that. Pacing, yes, pacing is a different problem, but I think the way that it's done, I don't think it's necessarily pacing, because I think the way things are happening is done. It's hard for me to say well, but I think it's done as well as that it can be for what the writing and the directing is. But I definitely think there needs to be more like more intense music to get your anxiety, because this is high stakes, right? You need to get that music. They're like, how this terrifies me, but the dun 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 dun, like the Jaws, like you don't even see a fucking shark. It's just like a camera at some water, and you hear that music and your blood starts boiling. You get the anxiety. There needs to be something like that when he's doing the stuff that he's doing, and there's not. So I think the music, or the lack thereof, is really hurting it. And I can't wait for a fan edit to come out where they get all of season 1 and season 2, get it down to like a really nice, tight 2-hour movie. That's really all it needed. But it's unfortunate that it is what it is. But this dude, I think that I'm actually happy for him, because in the first season, he's like just he's just kind of a punching bag, and now he's actually given the opportunity to act. So I think that's great for him, for that actor, because it's just nobody wants to watch something that's like super cringe. Like maybe you can watch like a short little like TikTok reel of it, like of cringe, but like when it's this character's entire like life, like you don't want to watch that. It's like, oh my god, we have to watch this dude again. Like it's not fun. But let's see. This dude, oh my god. I can't even remember his name, but he was supposed to be big in Rogue One, and then they like cut all of his scenes. His like most iconic line that was in the first trailer is like that was cut out of the movie. I can't fucking stand him. Dude is like on fucking drugs. Like Vix is on drugs. Mofo's on a whole nother level of crack that I don't understand. And I cannot stand his fucking voice. I'm like, just be like Darth Vader and get a fucking voice changer at this point. I don't want to listen to your hibbity jibbity craziness, and his dialogue is just awful. And so in episodes 1 through 3, Bix and these two other dudes, an older dude and a younger dude, were on this wheat planet that you guys see right here. And the older dude got killed, and then the younger dude escaped with her and Andor. And each 3 sets of episodes take place a year after each other. So it's been a year. So the younger dude, who's like this, I guess, prodigy mechanic, is with this dude whose name I can't remember. Can somebody in the chat tell me what the fuck this dude's name is? But he's working with him, and basically he has to teach this dude's minion how to do 8 specific tasks on this like thing. And I'm not an engine person. I'm not a mechanical, technical person. Like, I know how to drive a car. I have no interest in how to build the engine. I'm a girl. That's my excuse. But it turns out, spoiler alert, his friend that he's having this younger mechanic dude train is actually a spy and feeding stuff to the Empire, and he kills him, and then like the kid is just traumatized. Which kid? I'm pretty sure the dude's like 30, but he's younger than everyone else, so everyone like just keeps calling him a kid. But so that's that guy's arc, and I'm like, that could have been fucking completely cut out. Like, just it's that dude's got to go on a mission, so just have that dude go on the mission with him. That's all you fucking needed. You didn't need everything else. And just like that guy looking sad, like he's about to cry. I'm sorry, no woman wants to see a man cry. You know, only time I was like I don't believe. Did I see a tear when Obi-Wan, chopped off Anakin's arms and legs, or arm and legs, and was like, "You're the chosen one. You were my brother." I don't remember seeing his tear. I remember seeing Anakin crying because Anakin just like murdered everyone and went to the dark side and like just he completely fell to the dark side. That dude's going through a whole lot of shit. I understand why he was crying. It's like, okay, dude, you're on the whole path of craziness, but that's like a villain arc, not like a hero thing, right? And you know, I didn't see Darth Vader crying when he was dying, like seeing Luke. There's no sob story there, but like that, they just basically wanted that mechanic kid to be more traumatized and to like cry. And I'm like, this entire thing could have been cut out. And then we got the lesbians. So this chick who was a blonde in season 1 is now a ginger for whatever reason. Her and her Indian chick girlfriend are somewhat reunited. And she's like, oh yeah, the Indian chick's like, I didn't talk to you. I was really hurt. She doesn't explain. She's like, I got really hurt and like had to go and recover. And I told Luthen not to tell you because I didn't want you to worry about me. And she's like, you should have told me. I thought you were just ghosting me. And also she has all of her hair cut off now. Not this chick, the Indian chick. And then they go to the planet where this guy is, work with him and all of the rebels on that planet. The plan gets fucked up and her girlfriend gets shot and dies. But not before there's a big kiss and implied sex scene between her and her girlfriend. Now, I am glad that I didn't have to see a sex scene. I'm not like you gentlemen. I'm not interested in the girl on girl action. I know that's a really, really big popular commodity on certain websites, certain hubs out there. The girl on girl thing is very popular. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not into that. I don't swing that way. I like men. And I don't need to see. Also, this is Star Wars. This isn't Game of Thrones. I don't need to see rap. And I don't need to see sexy time. I'm fine with like the classic, the lights go black or the camera pans away. I don't want to see any of that. This is Star Wars. This is not Game of Thrones. So I actually appreciated that it was just a kiss and then the scene cut. That is great. I am so happy that they didn't make me watch a sex scene in Star Wars. I don't want to see that. I have no interest in seeing that. Not my thing. I'm sure a lot of gentlemen were very disappointed that they didn't get the first sex scene in Star Wars that was girl on girl action, and neither of them are land whales. I don't swing that way, but some guys are like, well, at least the chicks were hot. I'm not attracted to women, so I can't make a definitive opinion on whether they are hot or not because I'm not attracted to them. But yeah, so that happened in episode 6, and then like the next scene, the girl from the Indian chick dies. She gets shot by one of the rebels, and she's got this intense scene where she's just like, are you crying? You're going to remember this for the rest of your life, and she's going to live on with you. She's always going to be a part of you now because you killed her. Rah! And it's like, oh my God, this is so stupid. I don't care. Like, pretty much all of you guys are going to die. Again, at this point, and again, notice how this show is called Andor, and I've barely talked about Andor because Mofo doesn't do anything. In episodes 1 through 3, he steals a ship from an Imperial base. And the only reason that was really in there was to show this, Ozempic candidate chick who's got a giant fucking ass. And her giant ass, I swear, you see this Andor logo on here? Her ass takes up that much of the screen. So cut this in half so it's like the right ratio. That's how much of the fucking screen her ass takes up. And instead of her, being professional, her and her boss, who's also a whammon, just talk about how cute he is. And it's like, what? And so he steals a ship from the Imperial base, and then he goes to this planet where he's supposed to have a rendezvous with some chick, and she's not there, and there's these other rebels that are crash landed there. Their ship's all destroyed. They don't have any food or any water, and they're just waiting for the chick to come back, but they're like, we're pretty sure she's dead. And take in mind, they knew what planet they were flying to. And they all had windows on their ships. They landed the big, when he finally gets back to his ship, because they basically hold him hostage, even though he's one of them. They all fight. They all turn on each other because they want his ship because it works. None of them know how to fly it, though, which is, again, fucking retarded. And you would think that any of it, like, this is why the Emperor, like, now I believe that the Emperor didn't take the rebellion seriously because based on that episode, they're all fucking retarded. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's like, it makes the Rebel Alliance look like a complete joke. And it's like, if breathing wasn't a reflex, so many people would be dead. But so basically, they have him locked up as a prisoner. He escapes very easily, goes around them in the woods because they are like having to shoot off with each other, and then they stop to play rock, paper, scissors to see who is going to be in charge. I'm not kidding. That happens. Anyone that defends the show, the writing is so amazing. It's like, are we watching the same fucking thing? Did you not see? First off, the rebels are retarded. Second off, they literally stop because they turn on one another. They literally stopped in this life and death situation to play rock, paper, scissors. Andor was the only, they're like, we have no food and no water, and it's raining. Andor was the only one that had any kind of smarts about him to say, hey, it's not going to rain forever. Since you guys don't have any water, why don't you collect the fucking water that's falling from the sky since you guys don't have any food or any water? He's the only one with any kind of sense. It's so fucking retarded. And yet, again, they stopped this fight to play rock, paper, scissors instead of just going down the chain of command. Or also, when he gets in his ship and takes off and leaves, it's revealed that they're on Yavin 4 and they're literally like 20 meters away from the fucking temples where the base is. And it's like, oh my God. And it hit me. He knew what planet they were on. He knew that they were going to Yavin 4, where the rebel base is set up at the temples. He didn't land at the temples. He landed where the ship crashed. Those dumb motherfuckers that were there with their crashed ship knew that they were at Yavin 4, where the base was, and they had windows on their goddamn ship. And they crashed. They could have, looking at the window on the way out, it's like they could have walked 20 fucking meters and been to safety and not had to have this shootout where they start killing each other and playing rock, paper, fucking scissors. It's beyond fucking retarded. It's so beyond retarded. I'm like, if breathing wasn't a reflex, so many goddamn people would be dead. And if the argument is, well, Anna, the base wasn't built yet, I'm like, it's shelter. There's wild animals there that can kill them. Also, all these motherfuckers have blasters. They're all hungry. They're like, at first they found like some kind of fruit and they're all like iffy about eating them. Go fucking hunting. Crazy concept, right? But anyways, they all knew that what planet they were on and where those temples were, because you can see it as they fly off. Also, Yavin 4 is a moon next to a gas giant. It is lit from night. And also, these temples stick all the way up. You're not sure about the direction. Climb on top of the fucking ship you crashed and look. Also, I'm pretty sure at least one of those guns have a fucking scope on it, or there's some kind of equipment in this ship that's got some kind of scope. Or, I don't know, maybe if they actually allowed aliens in Star Wars, crazy concept, right? The Rebel Alliance had a lot of aliens in it. Oh yeah, that's right, it's Disney Star Wars, and they'd rather spend their budget on God knows what than actually paying for special effects for aliens. So, if there was actual alien in this ragtag team of rebels, which there definitely would be, an alien with, different senses and abilities probably could have scoped it out. I mean, if they had a Wookiee, it probably could have smelled it, right? But no, don't need any of that. But so yeah, all Andor had to do was land next to the temple. That entire plot could have been gone. And then all Andor does in episode 3 is basically show up to save Bix and the other guy. And then what does he do in episode 4, 5, and 6? He has conversations with Bix. They go grocery shopping. He gets mad at Luthen. He goes on a mission to the spider planet that this dude is on. And he talks to like the leader of the rebellion's daughter. And he's basically like, you guys are fucking amateurs and retarded. And then goes back and bitches to Luthen about it. And then, goes and talks to Bix. And then at the end, Bix goes and kills the guy from season 1 that interrogated her, like Clockwork Orange her with the thing and like implies that he sexually assaulted her. She goes, shows up, and puts on the thing and kills him, and then shoots up the Imperial base, which I'm like, if this dude's job is an interrogator, he would be at one of the maximum security locations. There wouldn't just be one guard, and this bitch wouldn't be able to just walk the fuck in. Also, this is the Empire. They would have security fucking cameras everywhere with fucking hollow footage. Their entire thing was like, at one point, she's like, let's go for a walk in the park, the big park. And he's like, we can't, there's cameras there. I'm like, this is a galaxy far, far away. There's fucking cameras everywhere. Everywhere. There's little hollow imaging things everywhere. But anyways, he's at the end and she blows up the fucking joint or shoots up the fucking joint, kills 2 guys, because this is like it's this dude's entire job is to interrogate people. Like his little office thing is like the room with the chair for interrogations. He's there like with his little snack pack thing. And that's where she shows up. This would be the most heavily guarded fucking building because I don't know, who do you interrogate? Fucking prisoners. There'd be a lot of fucking stormtroopers. There'd be a lot of Imperial officers there. But no, there's 2. I don't care if it's after fucking hours. Do you think a prison after hours doesn't have guards? No. It drives me crazy. I'm like, guys, I'm not the smartest fucking person on the planet. I'm completely fine with that. I think that would kind of be miserable. I'm fine being ignorant on a lot of things. But when I'm smarter than the people fucking writing shit, there's a big goddamn fucking problem. And this bothers me. On a lighter note, guys, outside of doing, YouTube and pop culture commentary, I'm actually a professional artist. And if you guys are wondering where all these eyes were behind me, well, it's actually a project that I've been working on for the past 4 years called the Eye Project, where I was trying to better my skill by painting eyes. And every single eye that I painted was from a volunteer, from like one of you guys that's in my audience. And so all of you guys were awesome and supported me. I pretty much live streamed every single eye that I painted. And now I'm just asking for your guys' help to help me make this into a book. I have an Indiegogo that's live right now. This is a crowdfunder for me to crowdfund making this project into a book. Here is the first 100 eyes if you guys want to go and take a look and see it, like the progress that I made. Here is just a mock-up I made of the book. I want it to be hardcover. I wanted to have like that embossed like gold title and like trim and all of that. And I'm just super, super excited about this. This is 4 years of my life that I dedicated to, trying to better my skill. It wasn't intended to be 4 years. It just turned out that way. Great art takes time. And I'm so just like proud of myself that I was able to actually do it. And it's awesome that, I was able to, get you guys involved and you guys were able to help me out and make this happen. So now I'm just asking for your help one more time by making this book into reality, by going onto Indiegogo and backing this project now. This is also linked in the description of this video. If you guys want to go and check it out, all you have to do is go onto Indiegogo and type in the Eye Project or type in the Eye Project Indiegogo to Google and you guys will be able to find it. But it will be live for a little bit under 30 days now, so you guys can go and back it if you would like. I would sincerely appreciate it. You guys would help, make this happen and make my dreams come true. So what happens? Her and Andor walk off after shooting up the place, and that's it. Every goddamn scene that Andor is in could have been cut out. I mean, maybe him showing up to save her and the other dude from this wheat planet. But even that didn't even have to be in the show. That was literally just in there so Disney could have, there's sexual assault and rape in Star Wars now. Like, honestly, all they had to do was the first scene where she is having like the flashback nightmare, the PTSD nightmare about the guy that sexually assaulted her, supposedly. That's all you needed. And then like her at the end of episode 6 going and killing that guy. This entire wheat planet was completely pointless. They didn't have to have that in there. They could have just said that one guy died. Like, none of this had to be in here. Andor's entire plot throughout this entire season of his show is beyond fucking pointless. It's beyond pointless. Everything he does could have been cut out and nothing would change. Absolutely nothing. Because like I said, cut out this whole wheat planet shit, nothing would change. The only significant thing that he kind of does is save them from this planet. And if you cut out that entire arc, guess what? Nothing changes. You still have the shot of her having traumatic dreams, and which I believe again is in this episode. It was either in the recap portion in the beginning, which again could have just been shown, or just have a dream sequence where she's on Coruscant in the safe house having this dream and then showing up to kill that guy. But everything that Andor does can be cut out of the show and the plot doesn't change. This isn't even his show anymore. It's literally everyone else's show. It's Andor and Namor.